Today's video is about the main theme of the Book of Wisdom by Osho, which is deeply explained and discussed in this video.
There is a silence within you, a vast and endless sky, untouched by the storms of thought. But most people never know it exists. They live and die trapped within the walls of their own minds, caught in endless noise, endless desires, endless fears. They chase one illusion after another, thinking somewhere, somehow, happiness waits for them outside. Osho calls it the mind-created world, a world of dreams, fears, and ambitions that have nothing to do with reality. You think you are awake, but you are still dreaming. You think you are living, but you are still sleepwalking. What you call life is just a chain of mechanical habits, empty rituals, and recycled emotions. But there is a way to wake up. There is a door inside you, a silent door that leads out of this prison. That door is awareness. Awareness means seeing without judging, watching without interfering, being present without getting lost in what is happening. It is not thinking, it is not analyzing. It is simply being, witnessing, observing like a mirror that reflects whatever passes before it, but remains untouched. This awareness is your true nature. You were born with it. You are it, but layer after layer of conditioning, of education, of ambition has covered it. Society has taught you to focus outward on achievements, on possessions, on approval. You have been trained to forget yourself. And the price of that forgetting is your freedom. Osho says, the real revolution is to turn inward, not to fight society, not to change the outer world, but to change your own inner world, to reclaim the silent watcher within you. The mind will resist. It has ruled you for too long. It will throw up fears. If you drop me, who will you be? It will tempt you with dreams. If you keep chasing, maybe one day you will be happy. But these are just tricks. The mind's only power over you is your belief in it. The first step is simple. Just watch. Sit silently and watch the river of thoughts passing through your mind. Don't judge, don't fight. Don't even try to stop them. Just watch as if you are watching clouds drift across the sky. In the beginning, it will seem impossible. The mind is restless, cunning, slippery. You will find yourself getting pulled into thoughts again and again. That's okay. Each time you notice you have been pulled in, simply step back and become the watcher again. No condemnation, no frustration, just awareness. Slowly, a miracle begins to happen. The mind's grip loosens. The thoughts slow down. And between two thoughts, a gap appears, a small moment of pure silence. This gap is the doorway to your real self. It is in these silent spaces that true intelligence flowers. Not the intelligence of logic and memory, but the intelligence of being a vast, intuitive, timeless knowing. You realize you are not the mind. You are the space in which the mind happens. You are not the storm. You are the sky. The more you become rooted in awareness, the more the mind becomes your servant, not your master. You can use it when needed and put it aside when not. This is real freedom, not freedom of doing whatever you like, but freedom from the compulsions of your unconscious mind. Imagine living a life where anger arises but does not control you, where fear appears but does not paralyze you, where desires come and go but do not chain you. This is not a fantasy. It is your natural state. It is what happens when you live from awareness. Osho reminds us again and again, awareness is not a technique. It is not something you do. It is something you are. It only needs to be remembered. Meditation, in its true form, is nothing but a remembering of your awareness. It is the art of being present without getting caught in the mind. You can practice it anytime, anywhere, while walking, while eating, while listening, while working. The key is to be here now fully. Not lost in past regrets, not lost in future fantasies, not lost in inner chatter, but fully, totally present, alive to the moment. This presence transforms everything. Even the simplest act, drinking a glass of water, looking at the sky, feeling the wind on your face, becomes sacred. Because when you are present, you are in tune with existence itself. You are no longer separate. You are part of the great dance of life. And in that deep connection, there is no fear, no loneliness, no striving, only peace, only gratitude, only joy. Not the joy that comes from achievement, not the peace that comes from having everything perfect, but the joy and peace that come from within, uncaused, unconditional, eternal. This is the wisdom Osho offers, not to add more to your life, but to peel away everything false, not to seek something outside, but to return to what is already inside. But the mind is clever. It whispers in your ear, you can find happiness if you just achieve one more thing. If you just fix one more flaw. If you just become someone else, somewhere else. It keeps you running, like a donkey chasing a dangling carrot that it will never reach. It tells you to become. Osho says that is the disease. The mind is always obsessed with becoming. It cannot tolerate being. In becoming, you are always somewhere in the future, always incomplete, always in anxiety. In being, you are here, you are whole, you are free. Understand this. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing to achieve. You are already complete, not in the future, not after gaining something, not after fixing yourself, but right now, in this moment. The more you understand this, the more the mind loses its grip. The more you see its tricks, its lies, its empty promises, the more you laugh, and in that laughter you are free. This is why Osho's message is so radical. He is not giving you another goal to chase. He is asking you to drop all goals. He is not adding another belief system to your mind. He is asking you to be empty completely, utterly empty, so that truth can reveal itself. Truth is not an achievement. Truth is a revelation. It reveals itself when you are silent, when you are empty, when you are aware. But emptiness scares the mind. The mind feels important when it is busy. When you are silent, when you are just being, the mind feels it is dying, and in a way it is. The false must die for the real to be born. Do not be afraid of this death. This death is the beginning of true life. This death is not your end, it is your liberation. Drop the fear, step into the unknown, trust existence. You were born out of existence without effort. You were born breathing, crying, laughing, without ever being taught. The same force that brought you here will carry you forward. You do not have to control life. You only have to trust and flow. Control is the language of the mind. Surrender is the language of awareness. When you surrender not to any outside authority, but to existence itself, a new intelligence arises. An intelligence that does not belong to you individually, but belongs to the whole. You become a flute, an instrument through which existence plays its music. This state is what the mystics call enlightenment. It is not a supernatural event. It is not reserved for saints. It is the flowering of your natural being, and the seed is awareness. Awareness is the soil, the water, the sunlight. Meditation is the nurturing, and enlightenment is the blossoming. You do not need to force the flower to bloom. You only need to create the right conditions, and it happens by itself. Osho says, don't be impatient. Don't be ambitious about awareness itself. Even the desire to be enlightened is a trick of the mind. Drop all desires, even the most spiritual ones. Just be patient, silent, watchful. Each moment you are aware, you are already in heaven. Each moment you forget, you are back in hell. Heaven and hell are not places. They are states of consciousness. You carry them within you. When you are asleep, when you are lost in mind and desire, you are in hell, restless, unsatisfied, tormented by your own dreams. When you are awake, when you are present and aware, you are in heaven, peaceful, radiant, fulfilled beyond words. Nothing outside needs to change. Only your awareness needs to deepen. So sit silently sometime. Not to achieve anything, just to be with yourself. Sit under a tree, listen to the wind, feel the sun on your skin. Breathe consciously, walk consciously, eat consciously. Turn every small act into a meditation. There is no need for temples, no need for rituals. Your whole life becomes a temple. Your very being becomes a prayer, and this prayer has no words. It is the silent gratitude of simply being alive. When you live like this, you are not against life. You are not fighting existence. You are moving with the river, not against it. And in that flow, you discover the ultimate secret. You are not separate from life. You are life itself. There was never any division. Only the mind created the illusion of separateness. When the mind drops, the illusion drops. And what remains is wholeness, oneness, love. Not love as a relationship, not love as a need, but love as your very essence. Love as the fragrance of your being. This is what awareness reveals. Not only who you are, but that you are not separate from the trees, the stars, the oceans, the laughter, the tears. You are existence celebrating itself in a million forms. In awareness, you disappear, only life remains. This disappearance is the greatest joy, the ultimate fulfillment, and it is available to you not after death, not in another world, but here now. Just wake up. But waking up is not about force. It is not about effort. It is not about fighting with yourself. Osho says, effort is needed for the unconscious. Effortless being is the quality of the conscious. The mind is effort. Awareness is effortless. Look at a rose blooming in the garden. It does not make an effort to bloom. It does not strive. It does not plan. It does not struggle. It simply is, and its being becomes fragrant. You too are meant to bloom like that, not by force, not by violence, but by surrendering to your own nature. Drop the idea of forcing yourself into awareness. It cannot be forced. It can only be invited. Be gentle with yourself, be patient, be loving, and above all, be present. Every time you notice you have drifted into thought, smile inwardly, celebrate it, because even the noticing is awareness awakening again. The journey is not linear. It is not a straight road. There will be moments of deep silence and moments when the mind storms back in full force. Don't judge, don't condemn, just watch. Awareness grows not by fighting the darkness, but by bringing in more light. Your only responsibility is to keep bringing your attention back to the present moment, again and again, with kindness, with tenderness. Slowly, the gap between your thoughts will widen. Slowly, the river of mind will lose its turbulence. And one day, without warning, you will find yourself resting in a deep, bottomless silence. A silence so vast it contains all the sounds of the world. A silence so alive it dances with every breeze, every leaf, every heartbeat. This is not dead silence. This is not emptiness as absence. It is emptiness full of presence. It is fullness without content. It is in this silence that the ultimate answers are found, not through words, but through direct experience. Osho emphasizes again and again, truth is not a belief, truth is an experience. You cannot borrow it from others. No scripture, no teacher, no philosophy can give it to you. They can only point towards it like a finger pointing to the moon. Don't get caught in worshipping the finger. Look where it is pointing. Look within. The book of wisdom is a guide, a map, but you must walk the path yourself. You must taste awareness yourself, and when you do, you will see that it was never far away. It was hidden right behind the veil of your thoughts, your fears, your desires. Awareness was the silent witness of your whole life, watching joy, watching pain, watching victory, watching defeat, never judging, never attached, never disturbed. It has been there in your happiest moments. It has been there in your darkest nights. You just missed it because you were too busy chasing shadows. But now you have a chance to turn inward, a chance to see clearly, not through effort, not through belief, but through simple, relaxed awareness. In that awareness, life becomes a celebration, not a competition, not a struggle, but a pure celebration of existence itself. Even pain becomes sacred, even death becomes sacred, because when you are rooted in awareness, you know you are not the body, you are not even the mind. You are the witness, eternal, boundless, deathless. The body will change, the mind will change, the emotions will change, but the witness remains. It is the one constant thread running through all the changes of your life. Right now, as you listen, that witness is present. Silent, still, watching, can you feel it, not as a thought, not as a concept, but as a subtle presence behind your thoughts, behind your emotions, behind the very act of listening. That is you, the real you. Not the name, not the form, not the story, but pure presence. And the beauty is, you don't have to create it, you don't have to invent it, you only have to remember it. Osho calls this remembrance SM, really the art of becoming aware again of your true self. It is a process of unlearning, of peeling away all the layers of false identity that have been piled upon you. You are not who society told you to be. You are not the masks you wear. You are not the roles you play. All of that is on the surface. Deep down, you are existence itself, pure, infinite, radiant. And this realization does not make you arrogant. It makes you humble, because when you realize you are part of the infinite, you bow down in gratitude. You no longer live from the small self, the self that needs constant validation, constant achievement, constant approval. You live from the big self, the self that knows it is already whole, already divine. And from that wholeness, your actions change. You act, but without attachment to results. You love, but without clinging. You serve, but without ego. Life becomes a dance, a play, a celebration of the infinite expressing itself through you. This is the ultimate wisdom, and it begins with one simple step, awareness. The journey is so simple, yet the mind makes it complicated. It says, first become worthy, then awaken. It says, first solve all your problems, then meditate. It says, first become perfect, then you will be ready. But perfection will never come. Problems will never end, because the mind itself creates the problems, just to keep you busy, to keep you away from the truth. Osho laughs and says, don't wait. Start now, wherever you are. Even if your mind is restless, start. Even if your heart is full of doubts, start. Even if you feel unworthy, start, because it is not about perfection. It is about presence. You do not need to climb a mountain. You do not need to cross a desert. You need to return home to yourself, and you are always just one step away. That one step is awareness. At any moment you can close your eyes, take a deep breath, and simply watch. Watch your breath. Watch your heartbeat. Watch the thoughts passing like clouds across the sky of your mind. Don't interfere. Don't judge, just watch. At first, it will seem strange. You are so used to doing, controlling, analyzing. But slowly, a new quality will arise, the quality of pure being. And in that being, you will taste a sweetness you have never known before, a joy that does not depend on anything outside you, a peace that no storm can shake. This is the fragrance of awakening, and the more you taste it, the more it will pull you deeper, not because of discipline, not because of effort, but because of love. Meditation is not a duty. Meditation is a romance with your own soul. It is the deepest intimacy. It is falling in love with existence itself, and once you have tasted it, you will never again be satisfied with superficial pleasures, because you will have known the real nectar, the real bliss that is your birthright. Osho says, only the awakened one knows true celebration, because only he is truly alive. The unconscious man moves like a machine. He works, he sleeps, he eats, he reproduces, but he does not live. He exists, but he does not celebrate. Life becomes a mechanical repetition of habits, duties, ambitions. But when you awaken, every moment becomes luminous. The simplest things, a bird singing, a drop of rain, a child's laughter, become doorways to the infinite. And you realize the miracle is not in doing extraordinary things. The miracle is in being fully present for the ordinary. A sip of tea taken in awareness is a sacred act. A walk in the park done in awareness is a pilgrimage. Nothing needs to change except your consciousness. This is the revolution Osho calls for. A revolution not in society, not in politics, but in the very heart of the individual, because only when individuals awaken can true change happen. No system can create a paradise. No ideology can manufacture happiness. Paradise is within you. You have been carrying it all along, unaware. It is time to claim it, not tomorrow, not after another goal is achieved, but now. This moment is the only moment you have. The past is a memory. The future is a dream. Only the present is real. Sink into it, melt into it, and you will discover that you are not separate from the flow of life. You are the river, you are the sky, you are the stars. You are the mystery itself, awake and alive. Awareness is the key. With awareness, you step out of the prison of the mind. You step into the vast, open sky of existence. With awareness, you drop your masks, you drop your fears, you drop your ambitions, and you find yourself standing naked before life, vulnerable, open, real, and in that openness, existence embraces you. It pours its love into you, it sings its song through you, it dances its dance through you. You become a flute in the hands of the divine, empty yet full, silent yet overflowing. This is the ultimate wisdom. And it is waiting for you not in another life, not in another world, but here now. The only question is, are you ready to wake up?